Greetings in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It's Wednesday, June the 30th, and I hope your day has been blessed. Well, we have two very special guests today. Michelle Seagraves and Ginger Marr are joining us to talk about the attic sale for missions. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
I understand that these two ladies have lots of experience with the attic sale. In the past, Ginger Marr had co-led the attic sale with Kathy Smith, I think for maybe 2 years back a few years back. And my understanding also is that Michelle has been the day of sale chairperson almost every year, or maybe every year since we've had the attic sale. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Very good. Well, thank you both for carving out time, because they have been spending a lot of behind the scenes time as co-leaders this year. And we are just so delighted that the Attic Sale for Mission is returning once again to Providence United Methodist Church, and in no small measure due to the efforts of these two ladies. So for those few people who may not know what the attic sale is all about, Michelle, why don't you just tell us, what is the Attic Sale for Missions?
The Attic Sale for Missions is actually a giant yard sale. It's just held indoors. It takes up most of the church, Wolf Hall, the annex, some of the Sunday school classrooms, downstairs, Elizabeth Lee, the Mission Center. So it's just a giant yard sale that's held inside. So
why do we do this as a church?
We do it for several reasons. One is it raises money for our missions. Two, we from the very beginning felt like this would be a service to the community, and that it would allow people who maybe could not afford to purchase certain goods to purchase them at our sale at a very, very reduced cost. And the third reason, which is one of the things that I like most about it, is that it brings all ages, all different people that are in different groups in the church together for a common goal. And honestly, I have met more people in the church that weren't in my Sunday school class through working with the attic sale. And it is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun as well, and it's very rewarding.
That's a wonderful thing. So multiple benefits that come from the attic sale for missions, and we're so glad about that. Well, Ginger, when is it going to take place this year?
Okay. The sale this year is the last weekend of August. In the past, when we've had attic sales, it's been a one-day event. This year, we are having it 2 days, 2 half days. And the exact dates are Friday, August the 27th, and that's going to be from 9 to 1, and Saturday, August the 28th, from 8 to 12. And I wanted to mention about donations. When can you bring donations? We hear that question a lot. You may start bringing donations on Saturday, August the 14th, and we will be accepting donations through the 24th of August. You may bring your donations downstairs into the Mission Center. That's where we will be receiving the donations. The hours, initially on the 14th, you may bring your donations from 9 to 2. Hours for subsequent days will be posted later. For those of you who have held on to your donations for a year, 2 years, we are so grateful. Thank you. Time is almost up and we're ready to go. Thank you.
Well, indeed. And just to recap, so Saturday, the 14th of August is the first day for receiving donations down in the Mission Center. And that will be the intake place at any time when folks bring their stuff by the church. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Very good. Very good. And Michelle, this is a new model, I understand. This is going to be my first attic sale here at the church. I'm so excited to experience it, but I understand it's a little different than what we had in the past. Is that correct?
Yes, it is a little different. For those folks who are familiar with the attic sale from past years, you know how much stuff we had and how we collected it for months and months, and it piled up downstairs in the basement of the church. I mean, it literally looked like an episode of Hoarders sometimes. And to reduce stress on the church, and also to make it not be a 9-month full-time job for the leaders of the sale. Are going to a model that actually came to us from Bruce and Barbara Kenyon, members of our church who had been involved in a church in Connecticut. And that church has done it this way for over 75 years and raises a tremendous amount of money every year. And they only collect for 2 weeks. So the change is the shorter collection period and take process where we will immediately sort things that they go to books, they go to home decor, they go to bath and linens, they go right upstairs. So we're not tying up the basement of the church for months. We're not handling things multiple times. It's just a more efficient use. And what we're hoping for is that by making it a little easier this way, we can get leaders to lead the sale year after year and make it sustainable rather than every other year, every few years, and not terribly consistent.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds like a great plan. And speaking of leaders and workers, I know this is not a 2-person operation. You, I'm sure, need well over 100 or more workers and volunteers. So how is that lining up? Do you have plenty of volunteers and do you need more?
Oh, we definitely need more. We have our leaders in place, and our department leaders are also contacting and signing up new volunteers all the time. But we need volunteers for well over 100 in numbers. We need volunteers for the full 2-week period. For the between the 14th and the 24th, as we accept donations, we'll need help sorting, pricing, organizing, and then of course we'll need volunteers for the 2 days of the sale on the 27th and the 28th. And also, occasionally we'll have people who will say, well, I have a bad back and I'm not able to lift anything, or I can't stand for long periods. We will have volunteer opportunities no matter your physical state, no matter the time that you have. If you can volunteer for the full 2-week period, that's wonderful. If you are working or for whatever reason you're only able to come one afternoon for a few hours, we welcome any time that you can give us.
That's important to know. So a variety of skill sets. You don't need to be, it's not a matter of heavy lifting as a requirement for doing the work here of the attic sale. There's all kinds of jobs that are available to volunteers. If you are interested, we'll find a place for you, I guess, is the bottom line, right?
Yes, absolutely. And that 2-week period, especially as Michelle mentioned earlier, when you've got people from all over the church, all different Sunday school classes, maybe even people who we don't see at church regularly for whatever reason, they're not able to come. It really, I think Brandon mentioned earlier, this is just one large event that does seem to unite the congregation. And after the last year we've had, we could use it.
Indeed. And by the way, just to remind folks, you and Michelle Ginger have been working actually for over a year on this. And I want to lift up another name, Mary Rantala, who was also involved with this a year ago, and everything got put on hold because of the COVID pandemic. So just to let folks know, you guys have been really doing an amazing job behind the scenes now for quite some time. And we're grateful for your patience as well. As you mentioned earlier about people being patient and holding on to their goods and so forth. We're grateful for your patience and continued efforts in that regard. Well, speaking of things that we're going to sell, Michelle, what are some things that you in particular would like to have us encourage people to bring to the attic sale? What are some good, helpful things that people might want to look for?
Anything that you have at your home that you no longer use, don't need, it's in decent condition, it's usable, whether it's a kitchen item, whether it's books, whether it's art, home decor, luggage, holiday, and we don't just mean Christmas. It could be Easter, Halloween, 4th of July, furniture, garden items, tools, rugs. There are some things we can't take and or that don't sell well at our sale. And when I say can't take, it's because of health department laws or laws, like we can't resell car seats and cribs and mattresses and box springs and things of that nature. We also, things that don't sell well are electronics, huge executive desks, or like the big armoires that used to house the large TVs, those sorts of things. We can't, sofa beds, we can't manage. We do take clothing for children up to size 10, but we do not take adult clothing. However, our boutique department takes accessories, purses, scarves, wallets, belts,
Jewelry? What
costume
about jewelry?
jewelry,
Mhm.
right. Anything that's not clothing for an adult could be sold in the boutique department. So take your clothes to whatever agency you prefer, but give us the rest of the stuff and bring us your children's clothes if you have children at home.
Very good. Very good. Well, as we wrap this up, Ginger, is there more information that will be forthcoming in the next few weeks and months that people might want to be looking for?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I know Mary's hard at work now with publicity through our websites, through social media, signage. We do want to encourage all of you to share this with your neighbors with regard to donations and shopping opportunity. So yes, there will definitely be a lot of opportunity for that and a lot of information that will be forthcoming.
And if anybody has any questions, can they contact both of you in that regard?
Definitely.
Yes.
So by email or by phone, they can give you
Either.
a call or email
Yeah.
you. And we've been posting your emails addresses or links to your emails on our publicity thus far. So very good. Very good. Well, thank you both so very much. One thing I have been impressed with after I arrived at the church was just how important the attic sale for missions is to our congregation. As you said earlier, Ginger, or maybe Michelle, this is a support for our missions, including Haiti, which has been a big beneficiary of the attic sale over the years. Service to the community, as you said, in terms of providing goods to folks who may not be able to afford it otherwise. So we're benefiting them. And again, this great blessing as we come together as a congregation, working with one common purpose. So a win-win-win for Providence and for our community. So thank you both so much for the time you're investing in the attic sale. And thanks for spending time with us today.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate it.